Yo, what up, guys? I'm Aaron from Ghost.wav. I'm the drummer.
Hey, Sean, play sax, congas, and a little backup singing.
Hey, what's up? I'm Nick. I play guitar and I sing.
What's up, guys? I'm Will. I play bass.
Awesome. And your guys' set at Rising Vibes 2025 was extremely electrifying. You guys had two sets, actually. The first crowd, pretty freaking big at that time with the sun and everything. Second crowd, even bigger. What'd you guys feel about that? Any big moments of that you guys felt stand out?
Yeah, it was really good. The daylight sets are always so strange because it's hard to get in the vibe, get the feeling for it. But the energy here is so electric that it's like it's easy to slip into it, you know. And of course, the sun goes down, and that's where we shine. Like, let's get fucking low and slow with it. You know?
Yeah, definitely. And who is the band member who's most likely to forget their gear before a show?
That's Aaron.
No, it's me. There's been times where we're halfway through the drive. I'm like, oh, guys, I don't have my snare drum. And we got so lucky because there's a studio that we just found online, and he actually's like, yeah, you guys can come pick it up. He didn't charge us, so it worked out great having that. There's a few times where I've just like lost my drumsticks or just misplaced them, and just always leaving stands. There's always one thing that I forget sometimes.
I'm the same way.
Getting better.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I left a conga stand once, and I think I'm forgetting things. I made them pull over once out of a dead sleep because I thought that I had left my sax back at I was like, pull this van over.
I'm pretty sure you lost your wallet today. So
I know it was in my pants.
Okay, so lost and found. We're good.
There we go. So your guys' band blends rock, reggae, and hip-hop really seamlessly. How do you guys navigate these genres to create your guys' distinctive sound?
I think first and foremost, we try to pay homage to where it came from. You know, it wasn't white dudes in the suburbs. It was black people. It was people that are going through something that we can never understand. But be adjacent to that kind of culture has always been. There's not a lot of like suburban white kid culture that I ever identified with. So being adjacent to something so cool and so deeply rooted in a rich culture has always been something that's been attractive for me.
Okay. And if you guys had a signature food truck at festivals, what would that food truck serve?
Ooh, quesabirria. Quesabirria.
Consomme. A little consomme. That shit was balling, dude.
So, being based in Denver, how has the local music scene influenced your guys' band and helped develop you guys?
What do you think?
I mean, Denver's full of like, I'm from New York, and I felt like especially the reggae scene was not as big, not as prevalent. It was definitely a much smaller community, and Denver's still small, but they're like. They love to do it. There's a lot of people that's what they do. They go to shows, and you just meet a lot of people that are into different things. Like everybody in this band doesn't listen to one thing. And so I think for anyone, it was like me personally. When I joined the band, I was looking for a project that was, out there and not, confined to one thing. And I was like, immediately fell in love with their music, Nick's lyricism. Again, like touching on hip hop being so like important in my life and our lives, his lyricism like really struck a chord with me, and where I was like, I want to be a part of this. And I mean, it's just cool to be around, whatever, have no goal in mind. Just let's see where it goes.
Hell yeah! It had like a really like early 2000s ska punk in my ear. I heard a lot of ska punk influence, So reflecting on your guys' journey so far, what has been the most rewarding thing that you guys could think of?
Affecting people's lives through the music and just their response after you get off stage, just being appreciative for the work you put in and them giving that back, and you giving them the time of their lives because they gave up whatever, their kids, or they got a babysitter, they took time off of work to come out to something like this for 3 days, and to give that back to them in full force and give our full energy and they give us their energy. That's the best part of it all.
And to segue off of that, both sets you guys had a a lot of kids watching you guys jamming out and everything. If one of those kids were to, like, say 10 years from now, say, like, your guys' set influenced them to try to start their own band, what advice would you give them?
Don't stop. Keep practicing, keep trying, put yourself out there, do not quit.
I think the key to success at anything is just sweat and time. It's how much you work into it and how how available you are to make it fucking happen. You know, opportunity is luck, and it's also the skill level to manifest that kind of shit and activate when that stuff happens. You know.
Hell yeah, that's good advice. And your guys' debut album, Sightseeker, released July 2024, right?
Yes.
Right, and that showcased a range of themes that and like collaborations. Can you share any insights on the creative process of that album?
Yeah, so Sightseeker itself, this song is kind of about just like finding truth, like seeking whatever that might be, you know, experience like the whole buffet of life and just try to find what makes sense to you. There's no cookie cutter way to live this life. Do your fucking thing. Right. And we touched on a lot of different subjects. We want to give a little love. Our singles, I wrote the day my dad passed. There's songs about drug addiction. We're trying to like cover the gambit with a little more depth than, you know, smoke weed and I want to be a good boyfriend to you kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Well, so the singles leading up to that each represented different elements of the earth.
Yeah.
Can you speak about that?
Yeah. So it was kind of just so there's five different singles that came up before the album, and then there's Earth, Wind, Water, Fire, and Spirit, and that was kind of the. It's kind of a cool artistic decision we made. There's not much more more depth in that. But thematically on the songs, I just like had that idea and just kind of tailored it around that without being too on the nose with it, you know.
I thought it was going to have like a real deep like Earth, Wind, and Fire, like funkadelic thing. You guys are going to be like, believe it or not.
It's just cool. He just likes to draw. Yeah,
I like that. That's cool. And, you know, being, you know, artists that blend all these genres, what advice would you give another band that's trying to do the same thing? Because it's not that easy.
I think for me, at least personally, I can't speak for these guys, but the way that I can find a writing style that I think is signature is like there's no new ideas anymore. I think the only thing that you can really do is blend things that inspire you and light that fire in you. So listening to and learning as much different styles of music and from many different bands as you can, I think is a really good way to ignite that and build your own voice based on what lights you up. You know what I mean?
And is there a guilty pleasure song that no one would like think that you guys are really into? Like maybe
I feel like you would have a good one.
I got a few.
Yeah. What's yours?
Adore You by Harry Styles.
He's talked about that like 4 times this trip. What's yours?
I don't know. I mean, I really gravitated to a lot of the boy bands when I was younger because you just heard it everywhere. Yeah. And I think those songs really they jazz me up, you know?
Right.
I Want It That Way. Just really gets me going.
Preach.
I hear you.
I don't even know. Can I ask what's the question again?
Got
a lot of start.
What song would be like something that like your fans, your family, your friends would, besides them, because I know they're gonna know. What's the song that would be like people would be like, are you fucking for real right now?
BC Boys Girls. That one. My favorite.
That's a good song, bro.
I don't think you understand.
He's like, look, dude, I'm not telling you.
You know what? Pass.
All right. So, campfire jam or studio session? What's the real vibe when you guys are creating?
Studio session. Studio.
Okay. It was like, boom, straight across the line.
We're lucky enough that our friends, they own a recording studio in Denver, and we hang out there so often that's kind of how he and I clicked up and started doing this. Is we had been producing for all these different artists, and I was like, hey, why don't we do this together? So it's just like jumping in there. Through COVID, we were in the studio 3 days a week, just cooking out rhythms and just cooking out beats.
Just killing it.
So yeah, that over a campfire jam any day.
Hell yeah. Well, Coast to Coast, you already know I was jamming to that with
Come on.
Music Coast, you know what I'm saying? It had great lyrics and everything. You guys really worked well together. I saw you guys giving each other cues on stage and everything. Really killed it. You're not a percussion guy. You're literally like the sax, everything. It's way different.
I told them don't mic these up. I'm like, I really just wanted something extra. You know, when I first joined the band, it was just sax and I had a shaker. And shaking is fun when you have some congas in front of you, but it looks really silly when there's nothing else there.
Some people could only do, you know, some like conga drums or the sax or be a hyphy guy, and you're seamlessly doing it all.
I mean, they've given me the the space to like, hey, learn something, and let's let it ride. And we were just talking about it today, like, because he's such a good drummer. It's like sometimes embarrassing for me to play around him, but like the last couple sets we've been playing, I've been feeling more comfortable with it, and it's because like I have the space from my guys to like, dude, learn something new. And like I get off like when they get stoked about something I'm doing on a conga, because I'm like, I don't know how to play these. I'm nervous about it every time. I'm just getting used to playing sax.
We got him on the congas because I thought he looked bored on stage in between sax parts.
It's great that you guys are helping each other grow and everything. It really shows. It really does show. So, any final thoughts?
No, this was an awesome time.
Yeah, it was a great time. But a lot of fun. We had a little adversity on the way out, but we overcome that shit. We just do this music shit on hard mode because we don't know any other way. So,
Fuck it.
Rising vibes.
Rising vibe, baby.
Rising vibe.
Estamos.
Cool, right on.
Well, thank you guys for giving me this time, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brothers. Thank you.